So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So it starts also with very good information that I sent to Mark, some agenda probably in May, and I forgot what to present. So the presentation will be slightly different, and hopefully it will run. So let's try. Okay, this is nice first page. So we will start with this warm up. This is trying. 3 years ago, we met first time with Mark, and he told me, nobody favors credit insurers. 2008, 2009, they canceled all the limits, we don't like you. So come and join my presentations and conference. I said, okay, then yes, I will join you, but hopefully nobody will throw at me rotten tomatoes. And I'm here, so you can throw the rotten tomatoes on me, because I'm one of the credit insurers. I want to prove you today, probably with this one first question, that credit insurers paid some money to you as customers. So my first question is aimed, what is the volume of indemnification paid in 2009 to customers? It was in Czech crowns, so please, it was divided. Oh, okay. So, first is if this was more than 1.2 billion Czech crowns, it was around 40 million euros. Secondly, up to 450 million Czech crowns. Point this, yes. This is relatively small, 150 to 250 million Czech crowns, or 500 to 850 million Czech crowns. So try to guess. So it's a really tough question because it's not published. So do not try even to Google it, because this is not officially published, or nobody is counting this. So shall I wait 3 seconds? Oh, everyone clicked. So I will try to. This is my pick. First question. And it's answered correctly. And just for your information, the income compared to this indemnification, so the premium paid in 2009 was around 600 million. So as you can see, is I like it. So I think this will be a very funny presentation. So as you can you help? It works independently of me, so I think you are very good at guessing, and I will come to my main topic today, which is credit insurance as a tool. And I will give you an example, because I was asked to present credit insurance as a tool which is built in your cash flow steering and management. So therefore I selected one very simple example. So for those who are already insured, you have time to answer your emails and Google some evening program, and I will try to go to the next page. Probably. It's not very new technology, and it's very funny how it works. So, on our example, we have 3 subjects. First subject is producer A, who produces packaging, and it produces and sends the goods to the manufacturer B, to the nice fabric with a car, and manufacturer B packages dinnerware and sends it to the wholesaler, and wholesaler is trying to sell it to other retailers. Also, very simple example, everyone knows it, everyone can replace those 3 subjects with own business. So let's try the next page, I'm getting better. The manufacturer B gives, of course, to the wholesaler some payment terms or credit terms, let's say 30 days. So come on, nothing new. Let's try next page, please. I'm too quick for this presentation. However, the situation today is not as good as before 2006. The wholesaler had always had a good reputation, everyone was happy with him, going to lunches for dinners. However, the recession is here and he has some problems. Why? Because the retailers he sells to they cannot sell, they do not have, there is no enough demand. And for example, let's compare it to FMCG or electronics. We see this every day. How to deal with this situation? The wholesaler is not insured, and he has to deal with many bad debts. Is not insured, has no securities for its receivables, and starts to suffer from bad debts because he has no liquidity. Many of buyers are closing down. However, a trade use comes. A trade use or every other insurer offers the manufacturer credit insurance policy and offers as well as a knowledge which is in the database. Usually the credit insurers own databases of more than 100 million buyers worldwide, so it is definitely not a small one. It's definitely not comparable with banks or similar institutions. It's really very consistent. Credit insurers do not check only the risk of the country, they risk as well. They check as well the risk of the industry and at the end the individual buyer. In our case, you will remember there was a producer A, manufacturer B, and wholesaler. A trade use checks the wholesaler and realizes, okay, there is an issue. He is not able to pay his own debts. He has some problems with buyers, so we have to do something. Of course, sometimes so the insurers, as in 2009, have to completely withdraw the cover. But on the other hand, they can do this step by step to protect both the manufacturer and the wholesaler to survive. In our case, we were not so lucky, so a trade use, in this case, has to cancel the cover for the future. And the story goes further. Unfortunately, our wholesaler is getting worse and goes bust. And the creditors are losing all the money they have. Those who were not insured. But to quote a very popular movie from Steven Seagal and Davis Dane, chance favors the prepared mind. Our happy manufacturer, he had credit insurance with a trade use, and a trade use came and paid him 85% of the outstanding debt. So manufacturer can be happy, can recover on receivables, and is able to pay money as well to the producer. And this can happen only with insurance policy. And after this very short presentation how credit insurance works, I want to give you even worse question, which is very difficult because it does not go with your industry. What is the volume of damages on agriculture caused by wild boars in the Czech Republic? So those hunters are happy to know, but many of you will definitely find this question difficult. This is around $500 million Czech crowns, 1.5 billion Czech crowns, 1 billion Czech crowns, or 750 million Czech crowns. I will show you my wonderful female wild boar. This is wild boar, for those who don't know. I don't know whether the sound is for it. Please, can you give us a sound and present the sound to the others? Well, this is reality. So I made it for you last week. So in the woods and listening to the wild boars eating and being happy, still not shot by the hunters. So try to guess. So I think everyone has the answer already. I know. I know, this was a very difficult question, and unfortunately there is a wrong result. I need to say that the claims, or the agricultural companies claimed over 1 billion Czech crowns. As you can see, also there are a lot of wild boars in the Czech Republic, so if you want to hunt, and I think there are a couple of them, so it's important to know that probably wild boar is the next animal you have to probably think of to be shot. But okay, thank you very much. So, and I'm going to my end, and I want to summarize the role of credit insurers after these difficult questions I gave you, and in 3 points. So, one point is that credit insurers avoid the domino effect. I explained you that the producer supplied to the manufacturer, and manufacturer supplied to retailers. Retailers had problems, manufacturer had the problem with the wholesaler who went bust. So, and fortunately, credit insurer paid the claim. So, credit insurer helped to avoid problems with the manufacturer B. Second role, or second important role of credit insurance is to safeguard customers. Of course, if credit insurer says, okay, I see there are some problems, some issues, and I will show you that with cancellation of the limit, we may probably avoid some problems in the future, is protecting and repressive role at this moment. And this is very important because to do this in cooperation with the customer, because the customer has to know what next steps have to be done. For example, 2 years ago we had large manufacturer of steel products, huge limits on this buyer, and we realized as a trade use there are some problems with the new owner who took a lot of, probably 300 millions out of this company very shortly after they entered the company, and because there was a huge exposure, it was necessary to go step by step together with suppliers. And in that case, so Atradius had to negotiate with factoring companies, with all the suppliers to this company, to go step by step, not to cause the future insolvency of the buyer. Atradius managed out of this risk. It took some 6 to 8 months, and at the end, also the customers remained without claims. However, there were other uninsured, and they received and suffered a lot of claims. So this is the protecting role. And last but not least, insurers. I mentioned the huge database of 100 million buyers or companies worldwide help with support of this database to find new buyers in other countries, not only domestic, but in other countries. In our case, also the manufacturer has found new buyer in Turkey. Oh, sorry for this. This is a wrong picture. So we can help you to find new markets and protect you and protect your business. So this was my very quick presentation. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope that you will remember many wild boars in the Czech Republic, and that the credit insurers paid a lot of money in 2009, and it is worth probably to talk to them again. Thank you very much.